This week's episode of the Deck Chair and Yums podcast is brought to you by, I thought you told me your birthday was tomorrow. Play the intro quick. Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? You're all very welcome to this special birthday episode.
Somebody forgot.
Of the Deck Chair and Yums podcast with me, Mickey Bartlett, aka Deck Chair, and the birthday boy, the greatest friend I've ever had. What a man.
When did you realise?
Me, I put something up on Instagram and I was all, I thought it was tomorrow.
Stop lying, you didn't think it was
I
tomorrow.
did. Because 2nd of August, I always have in my head 2nd of August is your birthday.
I'm all the ones and eights.
Because you're the 2nd, my sister is the 6th or the 8th, and then my ma is the 21st or the 23rd. But I always thought I had yours bang on. It's August, just a bad month for
It's a bad month.
for numbers.
A lot of Christmas riding, apparently.
Is that what? Oh, why? That makes sense. Cold nights.
Well, I was thinking of Christmas parties and stuff and just
Nobody's riding after a Christmas party.
genuine merriment.
Had to thumb it in with a fucking candy cane.
A lot of August birthdays now, right enough. That's a lot of Christmas
There's
parties.
not a lot of birthdays, really, when you think about it. Like, there's a birthday every day.
Yeah, that's true, Mike. Yeah. What I was talking about was more that I know of in August.
Oh, right.
I don't know why. Or maybe it's just because I'm born.
Let me think. So March, that would be July time.
March what?
My birthday's in March. I know loads of people in March.
All right, okay, yeah, that's 12th of July weekend.
Aye,
Or fortnight.
so it would be, yeah.
It would have been off the
12 fortnight, can't go out anywhere.
Can't go anywhere.
So the shop's closed.
She's in fucking near Portadown. There's no
So
way you can go anywhere now.
I can't go anywhere.
Her
at all.
man and dad were just bucking for 2 weeks.
Get up them stairs to fuck out.
Put that sash on you.
Yeah, sort of. Every time my dad hears a drum beat, he does get a wee semi. He tells me all the time.
Here, play this flute.
Oh, he makes me watch 20th Century Fox movies, but he doesn't. I've never seen the movies. I've just seen that opening bit, and he goes, "Get out." It's all coming together. Right?
all working out,
That
aye.
makes sense.
Yes, so I'm
So, how old are you today?
43.
43, man. How do you feel? Impart some wisdom on the people at home. What have you learned now in your 43 years, Connor?
What have I learned?
Yeah, you've learned that tickets are still available for the live podcast.
I've learned that a lot of tickets are still available.
There's not that many. No, they're a gold dust. Hen's teeth.
I was speaking to somebody
Like
recently.
millennial pubes. There's fucking none.
I was speaking to a young person recently. When I say young, they're early 20s.
Same age as me.
Who thought the saying they're hard to get as hen's teeth was because a chicken is hard to catch,
Not because they fuck all teeth.
not because they don't have any teeth. That's our future generations coming through there.
I know a young person that once said to me, well, you know what it's like? It's a big bad world out there. It's dog eat dog.
Doggy dog. It's a doggy dog world.
That's a song I don't get because too young.
Snoop Dogg, no.
Oh,
You're too young, yeah.
the guy from Just Eat? I don't know did he used to be a rapper? I don't know. I say he. I don't want to assume his gender. I'm young.
Speaking of which, I mean, what a fucking transformation of that. I just thought about it the other day. I seen him. He was at the opening of the Olympics,
Light the torch, which, by the way,
which was
is hilarious.
fucking the greatest marketing thing I've ever seen.
It's the first time the Olympic torch ever made this sound.
But his transformation, if you think of him fucking cooking with Martha Stewart and all this shit, and like compared to what he drive-by shootings, like the guy was a fucking proper gangster. Like,
Aye, it's a Good Friday Agreement for you.
that's good. What?
It's the Good Friday Agreement for you.
The fuck is this?
He got out too.
He just went the other door away from Jeffrey Donaldson.
Aye.
Oh, my.
There was Mad Dog, Snoop Dogg, Snoopy, Scooby Doo Afada,
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo a tree. I'm out. That's all I've got.
I have one in my head.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know the Irish or 50.
Oh, fuck, nobody count that high. You count up to 32 and you get angry. That's as far as you go.
Q cent? No, it doesn't work.
Aye.
I don't know what the Irish
What is it? I don't know.
I don't know
I can get 10. That's me. I know 13 because I remember Tam.
What is it? Lucky you're not.
speak Dothraki?
Lucky you're not fucking mic'd up, Nev. Oh, we know how to say it in English.
50.
50, boy. There you go. Anyway, Nev, you fucked it up there. So,
Aye.
Cougar,
£50. You could have done £50.
50 pound would have worked better.
But then again, that would have been £50.
And 50 cent does work
It
in
does
euro.
work in euro, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, welcome back to
50
that one.
shillings? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Sure, anyway.
Ah, Jesus, 43.
43. I have learned fuck all and an awful lot all at the same time.
That sounds wise.
That's what I have
That's
learned. That's the fusion
aye.
of wisdom and stupidity.
I wouldn't call it stupidity. I would call it creativity. And something else I can't think of right now.
Now let's talk about you. Why would you not be able to think straight today, Mike?
I'm still not right.
Are you not right from your birthday celebrations?
From fucking Ardwaha bye.
Is that how you say what?
I don't know. I think the AMDH is silent. I am still not feeling 100% from...
So first of all, congratulations to you.
It was a tough game, but we played well.
You're one of them cunts now.
How do you say...
This is the ball. You say we, huh?
How do you say seagull in Irish? Because fair play that way you got.
The blinders we did.
I am fucking... Still hungover. Still 100% hungover. I didn't go to bed till 4:30 yesterday.
That's bad for you. Because I know, like, no matter how drunk you may be and how much alcohol's taken, you can still get up and be fucking functioning and away to the gym. So for you to sleep to 4:30 in the afternoon.
Swear to God. So
Sunday, obviously,
Sunday was the day of the match.
Yeah. So right? Sunday early. How early did you start?
So we went into the Ashburn about 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Oh,
right?
Lovely.
And we'd booked for like a whole dinner and stuff. But
what was the throwing? Was it 3:30? Was it?
Throwing was 3:30.
Right, okay.
So it was. We'll have a family dinner and we'll fucking be nice and relaxed. And there was tables set out all over the Ashburn. Everyone's there, family dinner, be nice and the match
ready to go.
Nobody could eat.
Right.
Everybody was just caught up, and the amount of people who were like, I don't watch it either, but fuck me, what a.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said last week, the sort of community spirit element of
that. I'll slag a life, Eddie, but I will, absolutely the same. It's our own, well, you, as you say, the community spirit, the fucking party atmosphere. There's nothing else can do that to bring people together as much as that. Well, when I say bring people, we'll talk about that. But, I'm genuinely, even everybody was saying, Portadown and Lurgan, I was like, fuck, that looks like a fucking party.
Unreal.
Like,
So the match, and the first half of the match wasn't overly exciting. It was kind of very sort of, but still the atmosphere was fucking right. You're seeing people you went to school with. I haven't seen in fucking years. A few people I seen I went to school with, and I was like, fuck, I don't actually look that bad. I thought I was fucked. Jesus Christ,
bit of a morale booster, wasn't it?
I am alright. And like the kids were running about, and it was all. And then there was, I think my parents were there with my niece and nephew, and before the match even started, they were like, "We're going to take these two home because
our kids aren't good."
But Dad was hanging, like me and my brother-in-law was hanging, and me and my sister were fucking going for it, right? So at about 12 o'clock, my sister texts me going, "Best case scenario, Mum and Dad take the kids home. My husband goes home with his hangover. Me and you goes hits the club, right? We're going fucking bucked aft here." I was like, "Class, right?" So. Match was fucking tense, great crack. At one point, our Sarah goes to me. One of the fellas came on for a sub, and our Sarah goes, "Where do you fucking see this?" And within, I would say, 15 seconds, he passed the ball and scored the goal. And she was like, "I fucking told you." Right?
Who was that? Was that your man Burns? No.
Aye.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah. I can't remember. I was fucking steaming at this point. Right?
Because Jarlath Burns is the current president.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it was his son came on, and was it
his son scored the goal, but it was the guy that made the pass to him.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I think he was a Lurgan guy as well, but big fucking like, just a big man. Right? Because you know, some of them like they're in their 20s, and the ones that are about a bit younger than me, they do look like.
Oh, absolutely.
There's that 10-year age gap. They're out working in fields all day and fucking. So unbelievable atmosphere, right? And when the match ended, I would say there was a good 5 to 10 seconds where nobody let a fucking peep out of them. Right? It wasn't. It felt like everybody went. Fucking right.
Taking a while to sink in. Just.
Right. People were still hugging each other. Fucking like it was insane. Next thing you know, my ma just comes skidding through the dance floor of the Ashburn. Yeah. Right. We were like, "Where's the kids?" "In the car." Right. I was like, what the fuck? She goes, I left the window open, they're dead on, right? So I run out to get my niece and nephew, and now the window is open, there's fuckers spinning the wheels of the car, the smoke's coming through the window of the car. So I had to get the two kids out of the car. They're both like, what the fuck's this? Because they don't know what's going on.
Of course.
I walked up the street, and I don't know what went into my head, but I was like, I'm drinking Buckfast today. So I went into the Spar at the top of William Street and bought 2 bottles of Buckfast.
Oh, Jesus, 2 bottles?
Walked down William Street with one open, just being like, anybody want to eat fucking Battle of Bow? Right? Got talking to so many Protestants that were like,
partying?
This is unbelievable. Just partying. They're just like, man, we're fucking like... And
we're all fucking human. We love a party. Simple as that.
They were like, and they goes, it's fucking great to see. It's great for like the team, the county communities getting together. When do you ever see this? Like, it's fucking unreal. And I thought it shows you how inclusive the GAA is. Or that's a crowd of sneaky fuckers that knew the only way they can get through Lurgan wearing orange is to come together.
In fairness, Mia has went to the 12th with her friend, and she's had a fucking ball. Same sort of idea.
It's a genuine great thing to see.
It's like a street party. Or Americans call them the block party thing. It's like that idea where the whole fucking... And unfortunately, sometimes it descends into no rules apply.
Aye.
But that's all right.
Tell you how drunk I was on Sunday. There was a full rave. I mean, a DJ turned up in William Street car park, and I walked past it and didn't know. No idea it happened. I saw a dog with a hangover on Monday morning. I'm fucking telling you. I saw a dog like that.
They look rough.
Fuck off. I could tell he was like his owner had him out for a walk, and the dog was doing a shite, and the dog was like,
what did I eat?
I drank that much Buckfast. I farted on Monday morning, and a monk crawled out of my hole. That's how much. That's how much Buckfast is put away. I hate the stuff. Never drank it.
I was going to say I don't.
Never drink Buckfast.
So I
think that's why I feel like shite. Is the amount of caffeine going through.
Caffeine and the thing. So the occasion, got to you obviously,
Connor,
because you would have been. I would have thought you'd have been too classy for Buckfast.
Not at all.
Sure, that Lurgan comes back out again.
It's me too. I'll drink piss out of a slipper. Like.
That's true.
But I got up Monday morning. I went into my kitchen, and I was like, "There's a fake eyelash on the floor. I have no idea who it belongs to." And then I remember my sister and her friend and her husband all came into my flat, and we got steaming in the flat. So we actually took a break from the whole street party.
After the street party, you went back to your flat?
This is during the street party.
Oh, sure.
I was just go back to the flat for a wee minute. And then went back out, right? I don't remember going back out. My sister's mates left.
Was the second bottle out by this stage?
The second bottle was half-tanned, like. Like, I definitely finished the first one. And the second one there wasn't much left the next day.
Even just knowing you and knowing what you're like, the fact that you were out offering people to drink out of it and then drinking it yourself, it just says you were fucking steaming.
If anybody has a cold sore, that's nothing to do with me.
Look, you didn't get something worse.
I got the all clear. Right? At one point, I was talking to this couple in their 20s, and I can't remember if they listened to the podcast or not, but I was chatting away to them, and I was like, what do you have the rest of the night? And they went, we wanted to go to the Ashburn. All our mates are in there, but we can't get in because it's sold out. And I was like, you can't get it. Right?
You did
Really is. I walked down to the Ashburn, right?
Oh, no.
2 bouncers saw me. One of them recognised me, went, don't worry, he's been in before. So the other bouncer was like, go on ahead. I paid that couple in, opened the door and said, away yous go, childer. Childer. One of my aunties must have fucking came from heaven. I was like, I'll take care of this here now. You said childer now to people 4 years younger than you. I think I did a lap of the Ashburn. And then went to get a tactical Chinese, right? Went into the Chinese, and the girl behind the counter goes, "Where's fucking Mickey Bartlett? Do you want a couple of beer?" And I stood in the Chinese drinking beer.
Oh my fucking god!
Right? The fucking atmosphere, it was unbelievable.
Mate.
Like genuinely, was fucking. Now I didn't see anybody crawling up on top of the police station putting tricolours on it. I didn't see that bit. Well done, though. Very funny.
It wasn't Lurgan, it was Camlock that had the PSNI driver.
So there's a genuine investigation going into that.
They would have to.
Would they actually have to?
Well, they sort of.
Because I looked at that as like, fuck me. If you've ever seen that's the Good Friday Agreement fully.
Isn't it? It is a good thing, but and as to play
still,
devil's advocate, you'd have to say what would be the reaction if it had been. Although I didn't like the analogy of comparing it, but somebody said, well, what if Rangers and Celtic are playing today and Rangers playing? I'm like, but
It's a different thing.
Rangers not based in fucking Armagh. They're definitely not based in Camla. So, it's a different thing, but again, it's the same principle, isn't it? Of like, you can't show one side or the other, but how are we living in the upside down?
Aye.
When you have Jamie Bryson coming out saying, we want to see impartiality and it's a 2-tier policing system. I'm like, this is fucking mental.
Aye.
This is fucking
bananas.
Crazy. Like, we have literally went to the upside down.
Aye. I don't know. I just felt it to be
I felt sorry for the police officer, in fairness, who just, and again,
I'm
because
surprised he didn't put his gun out the window.
like, could you imagine that? But doing that, I know it was a bit reckless. I have to say, the driving and all that shit. If you want to keep the police being, but fuck me, how much better for the people there? There was hundreds around.
Yeah, 100%.
How much better of an attitude did they have towards the police then after them doing that?
Yeah.
It nearly could have been a tactical fucking move to go let them get them on our side, so we're not going to, because they were totally outnumbered, obviously. But
and I don't know if they're.
But there is an actual investigation and full on. The chief superintendent came out today or something, had to make a statement.
I don't know. I haven't checked. I haven't been in my bed yet. I don't know if there was any police involvement in the parties in Lurgan, but there didn't seem to be at whatever time of day I went to bed at. And even that, you're like, they fucking should have been. Do you know what I mean? Like noise complaints. Like technically speaking, they should have been like, here, right, wrap it up.
How could you intervene?
But fair play for fucking not doing it. Like, and I mean, it would have been a fucking disaster. Like, but it was fucking fantastic. And then Monday they had a big live concert in the middle of Quilty Housing Estate.
Oh, did they? Oh, fuck that.
And that was another big fucking hoolie. Like, it's just the whole time we went into the Woodville. Me and my dad went down for a quiet pint. Now, one thing is that we walked around Lurgan trying to find a pub that was open, and they were all shut. Now I don't know if that's because they were sold out of drink, or because the staff were all dying, or it might just.
When was this? Monday
afternoon.
Afternoon, right?
Now, I think a lot of
pubs weren't stuffed or anything. No, they were just closed.
They weren't even.
I thought the doors are closed because too many in them.
The Ashburn was open for the restaurant bits. Me and my dad walked into the Ashburn, saw it was packed. There was people eating dinner and stuff, and we were like, "We're not in here. We wanted to come in just for a fucking quiet pint." But it looked like we walked in, looked around, and went, "No," and left. So we went round to the Woodville. And
what are you having for your main? Stout.
Aye, just 14 pints of hard. And we went into the Woodville, and there was two fellas in there in their 70s, right? So me and my dad were sitting outside. It was a nice day. We were in the wee beer garden, dead quiet, just me and him catching up. Me and Paddy haven't had a pint together, just the two of us, properly in months. Like 7 away. These two fellas came out, and one was like, "Well, guys," right? And I was like, "Are you getting on?" And he goes, "I got up this morning. I was wearing this. I come straight here." Still in his Armagh jersey, just fucking. I got up, I looked for the wife, she wasn't there. I says, "Fuck it, I'm away."
And them jerseys, because they're sports jerseys, that make you sweat like fuck. Imagine the smell of
vines off it. Like,
oh my god.
Andy McGibbon turned up. He was only staying for one, had about 5. Then we went back to my mum and dad's house, and my uncle turned up. At one point, and there's somebody has videos of it, I got a carry out from the Woodville off license, and my sister was driving me around my parents' house. And she did that out of fucking, like, you go to reach for the door handle, she drove forward a wee bit. And she did it for ages. And I mean fucking ages. And I couldn't stop laughing, but I'm like, somebody's videoed that. Somebody has that.
They go, aye, yeah.
And I eventually got my carrier in the back seat, and she drove for, like, such a good time, like. Awful proud of them boys, because fucking.
Fair play, no? I didn't watch it, but I did. I was on the way to Lusty Beg, and I had I put it on the radio then for the last 10 minutes.
Right.
And that's when they were like 1 point or whatever. And I was like, oh, and I was sitting thinking, I actually was thinking about you and your family in watching it, going, imagine the fucking tension there under at the moment.
You meant the fucking novenas? I was going, what's the Our Father again? I can't remember it. There was a point too where at the start of it, they played the anthem, everybody stood up, and me and a guy I know were talking and forgot the anthem was on, so we were like just chatting away, and I'm like, fuck up, they're looking at us. God save a king. I don't know the words. It reminds me of a funny story. My sister went to the Gaeltacht when she was younger, and she came home one weekend and said to my dad, "I know the national anthem in Irish." And my dad goes, "God save the Queen," and she goes, "Oh, I don't know." Were we funny on it? I have no clue. I just said, keep going. It's fucking some crack, like. But never again, that's me off it.
Ah, no, don't put that out of the crack.
And how was Lots? Nobody stayed up for Lucy Bag then, no?
No. There was, well, we knew Andrew couldn't stay because of the radio in the morning, and then Paddy and Geddes weren't staying either. I was going to stay, and then I had a fucking nightmare of a fucking set dealing with a fucking young cub. Stamen, who just shouted and not even heckling, just like, you know, like, just you know, a drunk person and 17 in the second row, like in the inside against the wall, so nobody could get at him, sort of thing. So yeah, I just came off that and I was like, I don't want to stay here. I get the fuck out. And it was one of those ones. No matter how many times I fucking knocked him out,
just didn't know
verbally. It didn't. I was loving it.
Didn't register.
You know, at one point he stood up, give me more, and I was like, sit you down. Fuck you. Fucking does.
It is that I think I know it's your first time here, but I do this all the time.
And it was one of those things. Same thing I said last week about the guy in Ballyhornan who had a link to the venue. That this guy worked for the people who own the venues. And I say worked.
Oh no!
Before he left the island, he was no longer employed.
Fuck.
That's how bad he was. He was fucking steaming. Like, you know, I felt sorry for him. I tried so many times to him, but I got my point going. I even said to the audience, like, I don't know what to do.
Because we did,
and like I could hear the comedians behind me all freaking, you know, behind that curtain, like, so they're all there trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here.
How do you get at him?
And McKearney by the time McKearney had got round to get the staff to go and deal with it and came back, Andrew had said to him, listen, he's dealt with him. He's only a couple of minutes left. But I took a fucking bullet for the team there, because the second half was a fucking dream, because he was gone and everything, and the rest of them all behaved themselves because of that. Like. But so that was the reason why I left. Lucy Bag down the road. It wasn't on the farm.
I didn't have a good time in Skilling Friday either.
No.
Trying to stay level and calm about it. Diplomatic.
Actually, this guy was working in the bar on Friday night.
I think I know who he is.
Right.
Because I think he came over to me at one point and went, "What time's the comedy start?" And I thought, oh, he must listen to podcasts and knows
you.
Yeah, but I don't think that's really what the crack was. Enniskillen to me is now Catholic Ballymena, right? I'm not. I don't mean to talk shit about anybody, right? And I know I'm victorious right now, right? Because Armagh's the best county in the whole of Ireland. But driving up to Pat's Bar the other night, I noticed in Enniskillen Main Street, there's loads of disabled parking spaces.
Yeah.
Right? All empty. I didn't see so much as a limp on that main street, right? But where I parked my car and the front of that pub, I would say it was about 50 feet. I saw 3 sets of lazy eyes. Right?
Now go be easy now.
Person.
Go easy. Go fucking easy now. We've got a long fucking. We can't just banish an entire county here. Now go easy.
I didn't say it on stage. I said it backstage. One of the comedians who will not mention, but he's also from Armagh, his name's Darren Matthews. He said, I wouldn't go into it. This is the most inbred county in the north. And I was like, I don't know if it is. Is it?
I don't know if they do statistics in that.
They should. Well, they probably couldn't see the pages.
They're very insular, I will say that.
Right. To be fair, they
keep themselves to themselves.
Because when I said about the disabled parking spaces and made fun of it, they were all over. They were loving it. And then as soon as I started going dirty, you could just see them going, no, I don't know now. It felt like they took it very literally.
Right, yes. That sounds like a
couple of jokes I had done where I had to double check. I was actually in a room with other people.
The weird
that hard.
The weird thing about that I felt in Fermanagh or in Enniskillen specifically is they're not up for crack. As you may have figured out. I walked into a coffee shop a few months ago, and you know me, I'll be my charming self and be nice and polite, and I ordered my coffee, and I said, can I get some sugars? And she says, how many do you want? I said, oh, whatever you're legally allowed to give me. How many do you want? I'll take 3, please, thanks. I was
like, one a wee bit of sweetness for yourself, you fucking bitter old bitch.
Swear to God, I was like, holy fuck. I was like, what the just not up for it. And they would remind you of Dutch people. They're just like, I don't have time for this fucking shit. What do you want?
I'll up it back.
It's the water. There's too much.
Do you think it's the water?
It's too much water. The other thing I do find is that I know they tried to fuck it up for them by adding Oma to their council, because we're now Fermanagh and Oma District Council. But throughout, as long as I can remember, they're the only county council in the north.
Oh, really? Aye.
Yeah, there's nobody. Everybody else is all split.
And it is a very, but it's a very mixed county, isn't it?
Very mixed county. But it's what I'm saying about the county council was that you could go to Belcoo or fucking Balleek or Enniskillen or Evanstown, and they'll all be from Fermanagh people.
Aye.
But Oma, for instance, you go to Carrickmore and say to somebody you're from Oma, they'll fucking bust you. You know what I mean? There's none of that. Yeah. They're from Tyrone, yeah, but they're not from Oma. So but Fermanagh as a full county. So I think they keep themselves. Then you have the other thing of
hill people,
hillbillies. Cash will also be quite a big ex-soldier, ex-police force. It's as close as they can get to Bundoran without crossing the border.
Aye, get you.
So they buy a lot of property there. So that's a big influence on the sort of conservative end of things in regards to the county. It
was just one of those ones, I know it sounds like we're talking shit about them, but it was just the first time since I've been home where I've gone, I can't believe that joke didn't work.
Yeah, it's happened a few times in the past, and I genuinely, I know that you can't judge one fucking room on the entire county, but there is definitely something there. We talk about a lot. There's a weird vibe. Yeah. If you're not from there, they know you're not from there.
Aye,
and that's it. It just doesn't matter.
I always remember a thing whenever, because used to be a wee gig in Blexel Hollow, and the guy that owned that pub. Because remember, did you and Bosie try and start a couple of things running Enniskillen over the years?
We started a couple of ones, yeah. We tried to bring sort of like a dailies night to Enniskillen, but they would only give you a Thursday night because, unlike Oma, Enniskillen is fucking heaving on a Friday and Saturday. Because of, obviously, especially summertime too, with the tourism.
Aye.
Because the water.
Because that was one of the things, the guy that owned Blex, or ran the gig anyway through Neil Dugan.
That's right, Neil Dugan, yeah.
He said people in Enniskillen will only come out for something like this once every 4 months.
Right.
So you do it like 3-4 times a year maximum. If they get used to it, they'll stop coming. Which, fair play too, because it does keep it a treat. Because it meant then you would go to that gig and it would be a fucking banger.
I remember doing it for
it was an absolute banger.
Like belter, like one of my earlier days, yeah. But no, so we tried, and as I say, it just wasn't working. They're so busy, they don't have anywhere to give you on a Friday and Saturday night to do it.
Aye.
So McCartney's very lucky that Pats were able to step forward. I was approached by another bar in Enniskillen to do a comedy night, but I was like, nah.
I know, I'm kind of...
Number one, I wouldn't do it to McCartney, but I also was like, I don't know if I'd want the hassle of bringing people down and then having that experience.
Well, it's a thing I've been asked a few times about running more gigs in Lurgan. And I know I just said it was like Mardi Gras and all that, and everyone's great. Lurgan's a weird town where stand-up doesn't work.
Right.
Like, everybody's so fucking quick-witted and funny, they can't fucking sit still when someone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you end up in a complete battle, and it's very good-humoured.
But you're still being
But you're still like...
like that guy,
I have a load of jokes I've written here for about a year.
Yeah. Like a guy in Lusty Bag, he wasn't malicious, he just genuinely... and of course I did all the fucking, imagine being that age again, you know, all but it is youth. Yeah, and he thought he was enjoying. You know, he should have known he was wearing a fucking gilet, carrying 2 fucking strawberry daiquiris coming in to start, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be fucking.
I'm the campus man, I know, but fucking right.
So yeah, for a guy, I can't remember his name now. I do remember his name, but I'll not say it. Yeah, he's. I would have been quite the hangover Monday morning.
I feel for him.
Fucking roasted. I don't know how many times by a comedian on stage, and
probably didn't know,
dying and then lose your job.
Right, fuck, it's a big night.
Quite a fucking quite a Monday morning.
Yeah, he'll be a comedian in a year and a half.
You're right,
and he'll be a good one. Like, didn't want to fucking work there anyway. I belong on that side of the microphone, lad.
I was one of those, bring it on to me, bring it on to one, like in the middle, and the whole room's like, what the fuck, you know, and there's nothing you can do with it when they're
that's them daiquiris too, man. See, you drink like that, it tastes sweet.
Heckling or anything. It's just fucking wanting attention.
That's what happens. You double park the cocktails. You've no idea how much damage.
Never double fist on a fucking cocktail. Like, yeah.
I never drink it again. I know I've said this a million times, but I really mean it this time.
A million times?
I really
just this fucking month. So so it was a 2-day bender. So you started on Sunday at what, 12 o'clock, you say?
Yeah.
And then finished on Monday what?
Finished Finished on Monday at about 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning maybe.
Right.
Got back on at 3 o'clock-ish on Monday.
Till when?
8:30 in the morning.
To what?
8:30 in the morning. I was still up.
On Tuesday?
On Tuesday.
Michael.
And I was texting you all here. Can't do the podcast. Sore stomach. Pissed.
No, I knew you were pissed because I woke up to 1:30 in the morning, missed a video call, and I went, the fucking bastard.
Oh, man.
He would have been steaming.
I was blocked.
I'd love to see your phone the day after. I would love to know what order you go in when you're drunk.
You first every time.
Every time.
But then, because when I get drunk, I go, he'll be in the shed. And then I go, oh wait, no, that was only during COVID. He's a job.
That's right. So then I would think because I know other people are saying to me, I got a phone call from Bartlett last night. I'm like, fuck me, how many people do you have on your list? You go down through.
At one point I went, what time is it in Sydney? He'll be up. Trying to ring fellas working on building sites and all.
And then typical, ladies and gentlemen, typical of fucking most people do this, but not a word when the girlfriend's around. Not a fucking message, not a phone call, not a FaceTime, nothing. She goes flat out. Oh, I always will.
That's not true at all.
I wouldn't fucking hear from you for weeks when she's about.
It's because you don't suck my dick as much as you used to. When she got them new teeth, you just fucking stopped paying attention to me. COVID though, when this podcast started, I was emptied every day before we started. I was a happier man. Balls like 2 empty water balloons. Now we run, but balls that blue. My t-shirts turned the same color. It was white when I got here. Well, it's because you're 43 now. You've no libido, and I understand that, Connor. But I have needs too.
I have an airbed.
There's always been a big chip on that table. Speaking of chips, I'm starving.
I just thought the same was chips were.
Big weekend.
8:30 on fucking Tuesday morning. Any wonder you didn't wake up to fucking 4:30. Jesus Christ.
I earned it, like.
You fucking did. That's what, you know what kept you up? The fucking buckfast.
I genuinely think that's fucking
caffeine. Fucking
swear to God. Because it was like the opposite. The Monday I woke up like laughing. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever the fuck it came to, I woke up crying. I was, oh fuck me, I'm down. Like,
oh, the horrors of that. I'm actually my fucking pounds.
I'm sweating everything when I'm fucking.
I swear to God, the thought of that pain
of the that's the official. You're too old for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I should have went to bed when Paddy Bartlett started hiccuping in the pub. He was like, asked me, I'm tapping out. I should have tapped out along with him.
Yeah.
Got a pizza, went for a kip. I was all, I can still do it. I'm still partying.
I was going to say, when you get post 35, you learn that, but obviously not everybody does.
I've learned it.
You have learned
I have learned it. I've learned it about 6 times, but
I was going to say, somebody write that down. We don't have to. We've recorded it.
I know.
He said it on tape.
Every week. That's me half by.
I did see quite a few scraps. Videos are put up at different places. Basically, the likes of anybody anti-GA or anti-Catholic or whatever were trying to use it as a, oh, look at the shape of this. And then that was up here. And then you had the Southerners like, oh, no other county in the on the island would have this shambles. Look at the shape of these people. And I'm like, that happens in every town.
Every town.
Every weekend.
Aye.
Omagh is fucking famous for it in John Street.
Yeah.
Every weekend. Like, it's amazing how they jump on it then to use it for their political thing and going, this would happen even in Leeds, fucking Glasgow. When you bring drink and usually cocaine, when you bring that into it, people are going to fucking scrap it.
Aye, and it's like what we were saying even about like that young fella heckling. And for some reason, as a comedian, you always see it because you're driving through those towns sober.
Yeah,
after a gig, you're driving back. You're the same.
Nev, you'll be the same. He's even later than us.
Aye,
because he'll be finishing proper lately.
You see, you just see it. There's certain towns I'll drive through. I'll know the street that it happens on, and I fucking go on purpose.
So
there might be a scrap lock on the doors.
Always do it.
And you feel so safe.
Watch everyone fucking shaking her head and all. I remember doing, I'll not say where, but it wasn't Omagh, but it was outside Omagh, and I had to go and pick up Mia from a pub or whatever. And there was this fucking melee outside the pub, and boys were
with wee girl were pram.
Aye, just beating fucking each other. But I had the dash cam.
Aye,
so I was sitting and I parked up and then stuck the lights in full beam to make sure it was well lit.
Aye, 100%. Yeah.
Right, and then
more smoke. Bring in the smoke. Action.
Then I got home because Mia was like, Daddy, what are you doing? I was like, shh, I'm fucking directing here. And so I got home, took the clip out and all the rest, and then
Strangle wanked. That young fella's whole filler of his tracksuit bottoms.
So then I took the clip and I sent it to one of the boys from that area. So he knew everybody in the fucking video. Went to the pub the next day. Boys didn't even know they were being recorded.
Aye.
Hadn't a fucking clue. He put it on the fucking 50-inch flash in the pub. And the boys like, what the fuck? Where was that? Where'd you get that? Where was that? So one of the boys went to hit somebody. And he swung and completely missed.
Aye.
And what the name maker. That was like a proper name maker that completely went nowhere.
Aye.
He's now known as the name
The
maker.
name maker.
And he doesn't have a clue. I shouldn't have fucking said this now, but he doesn't have a clue where the footage came from because it's not a CCTV footage and it was on ground level, and they're like, "What the fuck?" But they were so steaming and so into the fight they didn't even notice my car pulling up full beam like 2 feet away from them.
Aye.
They just scrapped all around it. It was fucking great.
Were those fellas in the pub drinking together the next day? Like, we fight last night?
Aye. Watching. I was sitting together. Fuck! Look at you! You missed me. Jesus Christ! But it was a rural village, so like that's just the norm.
Aye, there's definitely like it's.
I know boys who leave rural villages to come into Omagh for a scrap.
Aye, not a friendly scrap,
just a wee scrap. Drink like fucking the pub in their local village and go on in Omagh, see where we get a couple of fucking townies. They're away. That's it.
Unreal. I was never like that myself. Me being middle class and all.
I actually found out recently there's a pub. I'm not naming it either. You'll know it now, but there's a pub in a rural village, not far outside of Omagh, that apparently is fucking rammed every Monday between 9:30 and 4:30. Every Monday, about 60 or 70 fellas in there who have all told the women their way to work. They go to the pub the whole day, get fucking steaming.
Just to fight? Or
no, just to get steaming.
Oh, right.
Just not to go to work.
Class.
But none of the wives know. So it's become like a secretive Monday club that they go to.
Aye.
And all phones are not allowed anywhere near the place. And they get fucking wrote. And none of the wives can figure out why they're all coming home.
My dad used to, or someone I know, told me they used to, in a place that he worked in, when he was years and years ago, I'll not mention the place, but there was a pub across the street from it. And every single one of them would work a Sunday because they'd get double time and there wouldn't be a fucking thing done because the managers and the foremen never come in. So they'd go to work, run across the road, get as many pints in as they could, come back before the guy, obviously there would have been somebody opened the shop for them. They had to run over across the road, get fucking steaming, came back, got their work clothes on. And for the guy to be back in time to lock it up, right? And there was one day that somebody had tied my dad's overalls and then knotted the bottom of his... Tripping, trying to get his boots on. Couldn't figure out what was going on. What the fuck?
Caught.
Monday club's a fucking great thing for like.
Oh, it's fucking. I used to love Monday club because Sunday was always my favorite day drinking when I was younger. Like,
Aye.
Sunday was always the day, and then the Monday club would happen because there were quite a few would be in the same position as you were in, but never as big as that. Not 60 or 70. It would have been 3 or 4 fellas going, or whatever.
Aye.
That pub apparently is mental.
Unreal. Love to see it. Fuck no.
We'll put a man in the mood for what? Oh, for a rip? Oh, yeah. And they have fucking drilling down there. If you wonder what that noise is, it says drill hitting the floor there.
I fucking ripped my liver. That's what I've done. There's no fucking way.
Like, how much would it take for you to take some of that Jameson now?
£1 million. Dude, I swear to God, you'd need to give me every penny you both had. And more. You'd have to sell everything, give me it. I
remember, I know that feeling, the thought of even just the thought would do
3 days later. Oh, fuck. Well, 2 days later, I suppose technically if I drank that time in the morning, but it was like, I was FaceTiming Taylor, she's like, just drink more water, and I'm like, I know. And then I had whiskey and coke behind the phone. I was smoking fags and vaping at the same time. I couldn't make my mind up.
Jesus Christ almighty. Did you have any, when you went to the Chinese and you got beers, did you actually get a Chinese?
Aye.
All right, okay. So at least you ate something.
I had, but that was on Sunday.
Right.
So then
when did you eat again?
And I went to the shop and I got sausages, and I made a couple of wee sausage and egg muffins on Monday morning, and then didn't eat again until 5 o'clock Tuesday night because I couldn't fucking keep it in. Like, just
the fucking horrors.
It was shocking, man. And then it was like, I went up and got a Chinese. Couldn't even finish Chinese. I think I had about 3 mouthfuls of it, and I was like, I'm fucking over sick. Like, I've never been poisoned like that. It's been years since I've been that hungover.
And
I'm brilliant at being hungover.
You are brilliant at being hungover. You're a master of it, let's be honest. And people who listen to this podcast will know you are a fucking sensei.
Yeah.
Sensei?
Yeah, Sifu.
Sifu. I
know I don't like prawns.
I seen Andy McGibbon's video.
I don't remember that. I do not remember that.
I knew you were fucking around just by the way you turned your head.
It
was Maggie.
Stocious.
I was like, I haven't seen him like that in fucking years.
Andy texted me going, here, I'm doing a podcast with Darren Matthews. Do you fancy it? And I was like, man, I cannot get out of my bed. Like, I fucking can't get out of it. I lay in that bed that long, it's finally comfortable.
You've molded yourself.
I've molded myself into it. I have the shivers. I was fucking 22 degree day, and my wee flat covered in skylights, and I'm in bed fucking foundered. thought it was dying. Like,
the horrors of that.
Never again.
Now, would there be any possibility that, you know...
I mean, I'll take a few of the live podcasts. I'll be all right for the 17th.
My fear sometimes, the horrors that get me is, who was I talking to? What did I say to them? And did I make a fucking fool of myself anywhere? Do you not have them? Do you not have that post-mortem to yourself?
No, I go, probably. For all of those questions.
Just from experience?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. Like, I know that I'm always a fun drunk. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll never be trying to start a fight.
I'll never
twist or whatever. Like, I'm always fucking good cracking steaming. I know there's a certain point during a session where me and you can start drinking now, right? And I would be talking away and being the best crack, and I could stop and go, by the way, I won't remember anything after the next mouthful of that beer. Like, I know
to hear
the late history.
Like Mine is scary.
Aye.
Like, I do not have to be drunk. You know what I mean?
This is all fucking...
But, like, as you say, a pint and a half, and I know that after that, the conversations are starting to go. And I'm not drunk.
Aye.
And I'm not stoned. I just know, I don't know what it is about the mood of... Is it the excitement of being out and just meeting people and you're having the crack and it's gone?
Aye.
And like, I'll meet people months after go, just fucking last time I was chatting to you, and I was like,
aye.
No way.
I haven't a fucking clue. Like.
No clue.
I fucking love it. That's
but then I never.
Right now, all I needed was a good therapy session. We're back on.
Because the worst thing about it is, people always say to me, "You didn't look drunk," and I was like, "I don't have to be drunk to forget."
Aye. Well, that's what I've said to you. Is like twice. Sorry, since we've known each other, I've seen you drunk, and we've been drinking together.
Yeah.
And it was the live pod and the birthday pod.
The birthday pod,
right?
Yeah.
It's the 2 times I've ever seen you like not look stone cold sober. So I'm glad to hear you say the same thing and being like, I don't remember.
I never remember anything. That's
I
brutal.
remember one time, me and Rory Ward went out and I threw it up in somebody's fireplace. Don't remember it. Right? Do not remember it. And I remember waking up in his... He had just split up with his partner, so he moved in with his friend. So me and him was in the same bed, right? I woke up, walked into the living room. At Rory Ward's Rory woke up with his laptop on his face, right? I walked into the living room where he was doing work, opened the door, and before I opened my mouth, he just went, I don't know. I don't know. Because I was about to go, how'd we get home? He just went, I don't know. And I didn't know I'd thrown up in that fireplace until about 4 o'clock the next day. When we eventually went to Filthy's for the cure. I was getting the train back to Lurgan. We went for a couple of pints. And the party we went back to, he got a message going, Mickey Bartlett threw up my fireplace. I don't remember that. No, I was 24 when that happened, and I still haven't fucking wised up. Like,
no, even for, like when we were so young, I remember. Well, that's the problem. I don't remember, but I was about 17 or 18, and we had a terrible amount of fucking Strombo cider, like the fucking Barrack Busters, the 2 liters, fucking maybe a 3 liter maybe, and it wasn't me, obviously. I couldn't have done it, but one of the fellas. So there was a man living in our park who everybody just took the hand at it.
Aye.
He wasn't vulnerable or anything, but everybody just fucking wind him up, and just because they get a reaction.
Aye.
You know. So one of the fellas decided to piss down his chimney. Right. Right.
Was it a bungalow?
Oh,
fuck me.
So it wasn't me. I didn't climb up that far, but this wee cunt was fucking. He was always in fucking climbing things. He got up on the roof and pissed in the chimney. And apparently your man he didn't know what the fuck was going on. All the sizzling, he didn't know what the noise was coming from.
What's that fucking smell?
And then it wasn't until maybe 2
and
weeks,
a strongbow pish is a big long pish.
big long one too. And about 2 weeks later, it was somebody mentioned about the pishy fireplace. I was like, fuck, I forgot about that.
Pishy fireplace. Bet that was his nickname for the rest of the fucking.
No, it got better than that. So then, as always, we upped the game all the fucking time. So next time,
You gotta burn the cock of yourself.
hey,
I
I
don't.
don't.
Chimney's one by roasting like.
It'd be warm, like yeah, absolutely. So I don't know how the fuck. No, the fella that went up, one of my mates is, fire hose like.
Oh,
I could have held it out and
aye, but it's not fire retardant like.
no. So then 2 weeks later, after I'd found out about the pishy one, it reminded everybody. And that Saturday night, when I think about it now, it's fucking awful. So instead of pushing down his chimney, they put a pike down his chimney. Right. But
Where did they get the pike?
in the river, so they were fishing, right?
Just call it out there.
No, they were fishing.
I have an idea.
Caught a pike, and then decided in their infinite wisdom, obviously they're not going to eat this pike. So then they tied fishing line to it, and what they wanted to do was drop it down the chimney so that it stopped out of his sight. He couldn't see it, so then the smell obviously would be through. But then the fucking fishing line break, and it busted down into the fire, and all he can run out. The words was, "There's a shark in my fireplace." He'd never seen a pike before. Fuck a shark in my fireplace! I was like, "Oh, get the fuck." But the worst, it burnt most of his fucking carpet because
when it fucking blew it all out.
Hot coals can fly. Oh Jesus!
Fucking hell.
But we also lived in a state where two boys decided after drinking. Two boys who went to the off license. Do you remember? Well, you wouldn't remember, but gyros. So the dole check would have been a check you could have cashed anywhere. Your dole would have been it wasn't digital like today. So they went. Two brothers went with two checks into the off license. Stagger.
Went to what? Sorry, say it again. That ball.
Two checks, two gyro checks into the off license, and just said Stagger, which was the cheapest lager there was.
Right.
These boys come out of there with 12 crates of fucking Stagger each, right?
Fuck me.
In the middle of one of the sessions, fire had run out 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and in their infinite wisdom, sure, a bit of petrol will light it up again. Two stupid cops.
Fuck me.
Threw petrol on the fire. It was like fucking Home Alone, the two boys fucking completely black. Fucking the whole living room. And there's just this outline.
It's just
two bodies up against the fucking wall, and I was like, man, this place is fucking getting worse. We live in such.
That's so mental. I'm still at that level of hangover. I go, that's so dangerous.
It's so mental. But they were so drunk. They were like, but sure, only put a wee bit in.
I remember us at uni, and we weren't even. This wasn't even drunk. We were doing this stone cold sober because we had no money for oil. I told you about doing the Argos runs. We would go to Argos with a sports bag and fill it full of catalogs and burn them in the fireplace.
You did that.
And we didn't even know how to clean the grate of a fireplace out. So we couldn't understand why it wouldn't stay lit. So we're just burning more.
For fuck's sake.
And then when it would run out, you'd get lighter fluid and just fucking squirt it on it.
Jesus.
And the amount of times I would do that, or I've heard about, like an air bubble getting trapped in it, and the fucking can going up in somebody's hand, and I'm like, just fucking, yeah, like, see the amount of times you should have died, like.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in our fucking park. Jesus Christ, the amount of stupid shit we do. When you think of it now, if you were to see any children do it now, you would think, fucking what is going on there? But it seemed alright at the time.
Two fellas my dad worked with were once trying to shoot a shotgun cartridge with a BB gun to see if they could make it fire.
Right.
They were trying to shoot the fucking firing pin in the cartridge to see what would happen. Right. And they eventually hit it. And to be fair, not that big a deal. They said all the fucking pellets just fell out one end of it, but the cartridge flew back and cracked one right in the eye. Like, fucking. But imagine just being like, the kids in the house. He's like, Mom, trying to shoot this. We'll see if we can blow this up. I know, I need to go home and think about my life. Tickets to live podcast available. Tickets to the tour. It starts on 6th September. Waterfront Hall. Loads of crack to be had.
Up Armagh.
I'm fucking never going out again.
I wonder about the boy. I don't know. He wouldn't listen to this, but there was a guy in Daly's 2 months ago or 3 months ago who is apparently famous on TikTok. I was telling you about this guy. He's like 30,000 followers. Thought he was great, but he's famous for saying up your ma, up your da, and up Armagh.
Aye.
I wonder how he got on this weekend.
Oh man, that was the slogan. Like,
was it?
That's been.
Well, he's famous on TikTok for saying that. Apparently,
That's
why
been written on walls and everything. I saw people with their nipples spray painted orange. Just fellas be like, yeah, like my ma too. I saw them floating with the Ashburn. I was like, Mummy, get out of that there. Fuck's sake.
It was orange on her knees.
On our soul or our soul. I don't know.
I don't know what's going
on.
on.
We'll go to Patreon and answer questions. Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next week. All the best. Cheerio.
Bye.